Hello, welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show. Well, I got it, I've digested it, now let's talk about it. I'm talking about Nemophila's Apple of My Eye. Apple of My Eye. Here it is, the brand new album from Nemophila. Now this came out early this year. I'm a little bit late to the party on talking about this because I just had to wait for it to arrive. But a lot is to be said about this record, mainly because there was a lot of anticipation about it. Obviously, this is their first album as a four-piece without the second guitar of Saki. And we'd already had a taster because three of the songs that they released early, actually on this album, they ended up being the Beautiful Days EP. And I saw mixed reviews on that. I mean, for me, I thought those songs were amazing. When God dropped, which was the first song that they released as a four-piece, I was blown away. I couldn't believe how big the sound was. I thought it was huge. And immediately I was like, holy crap, like, this is insane. Like, this is intense. It's brutal. And I wasn't expecting it, but it's such a good song. So then I was like, okay, this album could be a banger. And then they released the Beautiful Days song, which is like the ballad, I guess, on the album, which is written about their children. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, they've always got to have that ballady song on the album. Still, good song, I was into it. But the thing was, can they keep this up for a full album? And so, obviously, I'm a fan of double guitars. I'm a fan of that five-piece that they had, with Saki in the band. And obviously, when they parted ways with her and Kensuke Akiyama, there are a lot of questions raised and a lot of thoughts. And everyone was like, what the hell are they doing? Blah, 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 blah. What is she doing? Blah, 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 blah. Well, this is something that we can look at in depth here. And I don't know how too in-depth this is going to be because it's really just a comment. But maybe, and this is just a maybe, it's not a definite, alright? I'm not saying that this is fact, this is a maybe. Maybe the reason they parted ways was because they wanted to write their own songs. Because if you've been following along, Kensuke Akiyama and some other writers have all been writing the music for them and giving it to the band, and then Mayu and other people write the lyrics and away they go. Now, obviously, there were some instances like Rollin' Rollin' was written by Saki and stuff like that, but overall, maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they wanted to be done with having people write all their music for them, and I totally get that. As a musician myself, I totally get that. And they want to write their own stuff. I mean, they've been doing it for long enough. I'm sure they know how to write Nemophila stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe that was it. And that's what happened. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. The reason I say that is because Apple of My Eye is composed by all four of them, which is awesome. Because if this is what they've been doing as a four-piece without outside writers, why weren't they doing this all along? Not that I have a problem with any of the earlier stuff, because it's brilliant. I mean, Life is one of my favourite songs of all time. But the writing on this, it's just phenomenal. Like, it really is. Like, I have to say it, and I know she's never going to appear on those best lists of, whatever, of all time. But Tamu's drumming on this record is some of the best I've ever heard on a metal album. Like, it is tight and precise and perfect. She uses a whole kit. She's experimental in the types of beats that she does. Like, she'll go from like a tribal beat to a full-on blast beat to a thrash beat, speed metal, whatever. But she's experimenting with the kit and really making use of everything. And the timing structures and stuff that she uses and the space between each fill. I know I sound like a drum nerd here. It's because I used to be a drummer. But like, when you hear that, I was so blown away by it because it was just so... because it was done so well. Like, it really was. It was done so perfectly. And I'm like, wow, like, this is really imaginative drumming. Like, this is really imaginative. Like, she's really thought up, really interesting beats and fills to do. It's not just all, let's play fast and whatever. I mean, she's always been an incredible drummer, right? And she's always done unique fills and really interesting drum beats. But this album, man, she really shines through. And like I said, she'll never end up on one of those greatest drummers of all time lists, and whatever. Those lists are crap anyway, and they don't mean anything. I don't know why people participate in those things like Metal Awards and stuff like that. You know, it's all subjective, and it's just about people's favorite bands. It's not actually who is the best, right? So we shouldn't be worrying about crap like that, and just worry about the albums that we do like and the musicians that we do like, and continue to support them that way. But anyway, Apple of My Eye. 10 songs, 3 of which we've already heard, which is Progress, God, and Beautiful Days, which were the part of the Beautiful Days EP. But this version comes with a Blu-ray, and there's a track listing of the Blu-ray there. As you can see, they only do one song from this album, which is God, on this live performance. The only time that I really feel the dual guitar attack of Nemophila is lacking is in the live sense. I really miss that really powerful, double guitar riffage and dual solos and stuff like that. If you've been watching those old Blu-rays and stuff like that when Saki was in the band, I say old like it happened 10 years ago. No, I mean, last year was the last one. But if you listen to those and watch those performances, it's so powerful because of the dual guitars. I've now got 2 Blu-rays. I've got one with the Beautiful Days EP, and I've got one here with this. And I must say that as much as I love Nemophila, the 2 guitar attack is definitely lacking in the live sense, right? I mean, and I'm not saying that Hazuki's not a good guitar player or anything like that. She's phenomenal. She's incredible. Everybody knows Hazuki's one of the greatest guitar players in Japan. But she's on her own here, except for those times when Mayu picks up the guitar. But it's not the same, if you know what I mean. Like, if you've seen it, you know what I mean. It's not the same. So in the live sense, I feel that the 2 guitar attack is lacking. But on the album, they're just as brutal as ever. In fact, this is possibly one of the best things they've ever done, if not the best thing they've ever done. Like, this is incredible. Like, it opens up with a song called Just Do It, which just takes off. It has nothing to do with Nike shoes. There's a video of Just Do It now on YouTube where they're running around a football over or baseball over or whatever it is. And that song is just intense. Like, it really is. It's a really good song, really good opener. It's really powerful. It packs a punch. It just takes off from the get-go and just doesn't let up. It's brilliant. And then it hits the chorus and you're like, oh my God, there it is. The anthemic Nemophila chorus, which is something they're very well known for. Then we've got Progress. Yeah, just a really good song. Then you've got Brainwash, which was the first song off the album that they dropped, I believe, from memory. And that song was just full on. I remember people saying it was a bit like Meshuggah. It's got that kind of math metal feel to it. In fact, this whole album has tinges of that, but without being incoherent. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really well-structured record. Burn It, awesome song. Error Detection, fantastic chorus. Absolutely love that chorus. Beautiful Days, obviously, is, like I said before, the ballad, which they wrote about their kids. God, awesome song. First one that they released as a 4-piece. Now, Akagagachi might be what I feel is the weakest song on the album. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's still a good song. I just feel it might be the weakest song on the album. This is just a personal opinion. So, obviously in time it might become my favorite song. Who knows? But I feel like it was kind of thrown together very quickly. Maybe to fill 10 songs or something like that. I don't know. But it just feels not quite as well structured and put together as the other songs in the album. But like I said, I could be totally wrong, and in a week this might be my favorite song. Like, this is what I'm telling you as of a handful of listens that I've had since I got it. The 9th song, oh my God, I did write down what this was called, Anatari or something like that, and it's written in Japanese. See, as you can see, and I can't remember what it was. I did translate it with the Google Translate app. You know what? I'll put it along the screen here, and you can see what that translates to. But really good song. Love that song too. And then we've got Good As Hell Quartet, a real groover of a song. Got a lot of good groovy riffs in there. Great riffage actually throughout the whole album. But this song is a really cool closer. I like it. Really, really catchy. Just great guitar work, great drumming, great everything. Once again, Nemophila have really kicked it out of the park with this. Like, I know I raved about the last album and the album before that evolve and revive. I raved about those records, and I still do. I think those albums are fantastic. But this one might be their best yet. Might be. It's really, really good. I love how well it sounds. And like I said, Tamu's drumming on this is just phenomenal. She is such a good drummer. I can't stress how enough of a good drummer she is. And from what I heard, she's a good musician all round. Like, she can play guitar as well as she plays drums. So, what an amazing musician. And I believe her dad might be a musician as well, like from a bigger band or something like that, from memory. But yeah, she is incredible. Like, just listen to the drumming on this. If you're a drummer, especially, pay close attention to the drumming on this. You're going to be blown away by how good it is. And just, like I said, how interesting and imaginative the drumming is on this album. Really, really cool. 10 out of 10 record. Loved it. Still love it. Play this all the time now in the car, and it sounds huge. I just am so impressed with the actual sonic quality of it. Like, it's really got that, like, dark metal sound, but not like goth, but like just dark, like as, they go from minor chords and stuff like that rather than going to E, A, D or whatever. It's just really, really cool sounding, and I really love how big it sounds. Mayu's vocals, the way she transitions from the scream and the brutal, the brutalness of her screams to the angelicness of her clean vocals, like, fantastic. Fantastic. And then Haraguchi-San's bass, of course, is rumbling away there. It's so good. But yeah, for me, the shining star on this album is definitely Tamu's drumming, and that's no shade on any of the other members, because everything on this record is brilliant. So yeah, 10 out of 10 album. Fantastic. I knew it was going to be good. I had no doubts about that, because of the 3 songs that they dropped, I was like, wow, this is really, really cool. New direction, kind of, but still sounds like Nemophila. And yeah, that's... oh man, I'm just so impressed with this. I just love this album so much. If you gave up on Nemophila because Saki is no longer a part of the band, you need to stop right there and go back and re-listen, because, yeah, it's just huge. Like, it really is. Hazuki's obviously doing double guitar tracks to fill that gap. Yeah, it's just something else. It really is something else. I would love to see them live, but I really want to see them with 2 guitars, because, like I said, yeah, that's the time when you feel that the 2 guitar attack is lacking. In the live sense, from what I've seen, is actually when you miss Saki, because you really want her guitar work to be there as well. And the dual solos obviously help as well. So that's the one time you really do miss Saki, and you're like, man, I wish she was on that stage right now. Album, doesn't matter. Hazuki's got it covered, and she's doing a fantastic job. What an amazing musician she is. Man. And when you watch these Blu-rays that come with these, it's hard to take your eyes off her, because she is such a good guitar player. And she makes it look so effortless and easy, the way she plays guitar. Like, it looks like she's not even touching the strings half the time. Like, she's just so... and it's just, wow. Blows my mind. Anyway, that's what I think of Nemophila's Apple of My Eye. If you've not heard it, give it a listen. If you are intrigued, give it a listen. If you've never heard of them before, please give this a listen, and I'm sure you will be surprised. Really, really good album. 10 out of 10. You owe it to yourself to own this album and put it in your collection. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Long Gone Lizard Rock Show. Please take care of yourselves, look after each other, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.